Alright, welcome back to another Art of War 3 replay. I'm your host, John Cena, and today we're going to be doing a 2v2 battle with a random ally. I'm going to be the green player. My ally is going to be the blue player. So, let's go ahead and get started. We got some scouting going, and we're going to grab those early game containers for resources, as well as get a scout on the base of the resistance players. So my partner is from the Prigovor clan, which is a high-ranking Russian clan. We're facing off against two pretty strong resistance players, so this is potentially shaping up to be an interesting battle. We can see the red player is already going for HQ2. They've got 3 supply centers, assault vehicle factory, some infrastructure. We got a rifleman coming into my base here. I've got some infrastructure down. I'm already HQ2. I actually meant to put down a 4th and 5th supply center, but I accidentally put down a 4th supply center and a power plant. So we got some riflemen coming in from the yellow player. Looks like they're going to put some fire down onto my barracks. 2 more riflemen coming in from the side. Now we've got, looks like 4 riflemen, 5, 6, 7 riflemen total, and they are putting some fire down on that barracks. Some early game harassment, and I am fearing that I might be getting rushed here, potentially, by the yellow player. So as a precaution, I throw down a bunker and a gold construction boost. This is going to be a little bit of waste of our resources, but I'd rather take the precaution than ignore it and get destroyed by riflemen rushing me. So at this point, the yellow player is down to 4 riflemen. Last 2 riflemen getting cleaned up by my bunker, and I'm just going to leave that bunker there just in case. I'm actually going to throw on a gold supply boost. I usually don't use gold supply boosts in non-tournament battles, but I was a little bit behind on resources, and I was anticipating that this was going to be a long, grueling battle against 2 pay-to-win players. So here we go. We got a coyote coming in. Coyote's going to come and scout my ally. I'm going to use my 2 assaults to finish off this coyote. Alright, so continuing to build for HQ3, I'm going to get out some sort of aviation just so I can scout the red and yellow players. Not quite sure what they're up to yet. My ally is just flagging the corner of my base, telling me to go check it out, just in case to see if there's any scouts. Looks like my ally is actually going for a full HQ2 rush. We see the red player here is HQ3 already, and they've got a level 3 assault vehicle factory. Looks like they just put down a special vehicle factory as well. So my ally and I are going for 2 very different strategies. We're not really communicating on this one. My ally is going for a full HQ2 rush. I am going to build some units for defense and then go for an HQ4 build with mass ground army. So we can see here that red's got a lot of riflemen back there. So they might be doing a mix of jaguars and infantry. I'm going to get a few typhoons out just in case, just so I have a little bit of anti-air. And here comes my vertex. Sending my vertex down to the yellow player's base. Let's check out what yellow has. Yellow's got some snipers, armadillos, a couple airfields. A couple AV factories, airfield. We got some action going on here. First engagement of the battle. Looks like we got some jaguars, infantry. They get cleaned up pretty nicely by my ally. My ally is now moving in with hammers and fortresses. This is an interesting combination. I don't see too many players at this rank in Gold League using this combo as a rush. So we'll see how this pans out. So my ally is keeping those hammers moving, but he's going straight for that assault vehicle factory. I come in with a couple of vertex to hit that anti-air tower. I was hoping to be able to kill it with 2 vertex, but it's not going to be the case. I'm going to lose a vertex. Meanwhile, my ally has taken down that assault vehicle factory and is also doing a good job of cleaning up units so far. My ally's got some good momentum going, but the red player has plenty of supply centers, so if they can clean up this rush, they'll still be able to rebuild pretty nicely. So So here we go. Yellow's coming in with some reinforcements. We got a couple dragonflies, snipers, armadillos. So ally is continuing to try and push. We can see the red player is putting down another construction yard and some barracks. More reinforcements coming in from my ally. And my ally's slowly getting cleaned up by these forces here. So I tell my ally that he should actually move back a little bit, kind of regroup, and then attack again. We got more dragonflies coming in. I'm a little concerned for my ally. They're still fighting pretty aggressively, but their numbers are dwindling. I'm going to send a couple vertex over to help out a little bit. Because otherwise, these dragonflies are just going to chew up my allied army. Here we go, taking out a dragonfly. We got 5 dragonflies still in the air, but my ally is continuing to get hit by Yellow's forces. Yellow is continuing to reinforce with dragonflies. Vertex continuing to take out some of those dragonflies. So I was able to dwindle down those numbers pretty nicely. Yellow's only got a couple dragonflies left. My ally's initial assault force has been cleaned up though, and they are in production of more. Meanwhile, I'm HQ4. I went HQ4 during this time while my ally was attacking as part of my initial plan, and now I'm going to get some more production down, and then I'm going to go for a mix of Zeus and Torrents. I might mix in a couple fire assaults, given how many infantry are running around the map. A couple dragonflies here hitting my allies' barracks, and some grenadiers coming in. So I'm going to send my vertex over to help out. And we're going to clean up those dragonflies pretty nicely. And we're going to put down some good fire on those grenadiers. So this is going to help my ally out a lot. And my ally's going to be able to clean up Yellow's forces nicely. Yellow's retreating, but Yellow's going to take some casualties. Not going to let those dragonflies escape. Meanwhile, I'm continuing to produce my army. Got Zeus in production, Torn in production, and I'm currently upgrading another assault vehicle factory so I can get a tier 3 assault vehicle factory so I can get double Zeus production. So, barracks being upgraded both to tier 2, shortly going to get those to tier 3 so I can start pumping out some fire assaults. Meanwhile, we got a pretty big ground army, so we're going to move in towards the center this time. My allies got hammers and heavy assaults. I've got Zeus and Torrents. And then on standby, I've got some vertex as well to bring in as needed. So we got a scout here, gets cleaned up by those hammers, and then my ally decides to just go for it. Here we go, engagement number 2. Got hammers coming in, heavy assaults, and looks like Yellow's coming in with a lot of dragonflies. I'm gonna scramble my vertex, and we've got a full battle here on all sides. I've got Torrents, Zeus firing on the Yellow forces, and my allies got hammers, heavy assaults, and a couple fortresses. So my plan is I'm gonna set up here in the middle of the map between the red and yellow bases. I'm going to cut off reinforcements from the yellow player while I let my ally focus on taking out red's base. So we'll see how this plan works out. So far my ally's got good momentum, is continuing to push with the hammers and heavy assaults. And I'm continuing to bring in more Torrents and Zeus. And you can see on the top of the bar of my command points, pretty close to having a full army. Just kind of bringing in a few more reinforcements. Here we go, vertex coming in again. Gonna take out those dragonflies. Meanwhile, my allies continue to push through red's base. Red is actually able to rebuild another assault vehicle factory, level 3, trying to get some Jaguars art to help, but that vehicle factory is gonna go down. Meanwhile, I'm still waiting patiently, just kind of doing my thing with cutting off those reinforcements from Yellow's army. And my allies, looks like they're out of hammers now. They're just down to infantry and a Zeus and a couple fortresses. So I'm actually going to make a push now with my Zeus Cyclones. Cyclones went a little too far ahead. They're actually going to get shot down by the anti-air. So I've got 6 Zeus. My allies got a couple hammers, and I've got a couple torrents. Allies now starting to bring in reinforcements. I'm bringing in reinforcements as well. And the yellow player is dropping down walls. So we got Dragonflies and Grenadiers coming in. Some base defenses as well for the yellow player. But I don't think it's going to be enough. We're able to break through those walls, and we are slowly making our way into the yellow player's base. Got some hammers coming in for my ally, coming in to help deal out some damage. Dragonflies continuing to reinforce, and Grenadiers coming in as well for the yellow player. Airfield goes down, so no Hawks for the yellow player, although not likely they'll be able to produce it with the amount of forces coming in. We got some fire assaults, more Zeus coming in as well. Those fire assaults are getting picked off by the sniper towers, but not before they deal some damage to the Grenadiers. I'm going to send my Zeus now to take out this Avia factory. There goes the Avia factory. There's a second Avia factory, still producing Dragonflies. Got more hammers coming in from my ally. There is a ton of Grenadiers just coming out of the barracks on the right-hand side. Yellow spamming some more walls for defense. Right now, I've just got my Zeus on an attack move because I want to kill the Grenadiers before advancing. With the rate that these Grenadiers are being produced, if I ignore the Grenadiers for too long, they'll probably kill my Zeus. So we're just slowly taking our time here, chewing through Yellow's base. You can see on the left-hand side of the mini-map for Red's base, Red doesn't have a whole lot left at the moment, so we're kind of focusing in on trying to kill Yellow. But here comes some riflemen from the Red player. It's only 4 riflemen, but that tells us that Red rebuilt his HQ somewhere. So we're probably going to need to go take that out in a little bit. We're continuing to press through Yellow's base, though. Yellow just lost their HQ. That was a tier 3 HQ. No more units for Yellow. So I'm going to send my Vertex over to check out the Red base on the left-hand side on the mini-map. We can see that Yellow's actually Red's rebuilt the base. And we've got Special Vehicle Factory, 5 barracks, and a tier 3 HQ with some infrastructure. So we're continuing to clean up Yellow's base here. Yellow's still pumping out an occasional Grenadier, but it's not going to be enough. We have the momentum here. We're going to just clean up the rest of Yellow's base here. And this is pretty much good game. Hopefully you all enjoyed this battle. This is a relatively quick 2v2 battle. But props to my ally for successfully pulling off the rush and giving us the momentum needed to give us the upper hand throughout this game. And that's it for Yellow. It is good game. We'll see you in the next one.